Craft education for every generation. Grandma has help today from a few of the grandkids to show you 3 awesome Halloween treats and crafts. First, a ghastly good and easy skull and crossbones cake. The pretty littles will also make a Halloween dessert. Then, is it hocus pocus? Witchcraft? Watch our really cool special effects makeup lesson and decide for yourself. Fun for all ages. Let's get started on the cake.
Oh my God.
That's a lot of icing. Do you like all that icing? 9-inch single layer round and a cupcake. We'll just simply cover it with frosting.
You can create it to be smooth or not so much, whichever you prefer.
Does it look good? Yummy?
Just smooth it around the cupcake edge. Nothing fancy, you can't go wrong.
We'll smooth it out a little bit. Use the spatula to just form your eyes.
Your nose. And your mouth.
Very freeform. We're going to use an airbrush with a little bit of black spray. If you do not have an airbrush, you can certainly just use black frosting and get just the same effect or better. Fill in your eyes. Your nose. And your mouth. With an open coupler, you're going to add the teeth. Or you can just use a disposable decorating bag, cut to resemble, just cut the edge of it so it has it resembles a round tip. It's going to give me trouble. Just give him some. You're going to make skull and crossbones with the same tip. Just create some pressure. Crossbones on each end. We're going to spray the ends of the teeth, give it a little bit of color in red.
Like it's bleeding?
Yes, exactly like that. Thank you, little. We'll give him a little bit of a spray the ends of his teeth. Apply a little bit of red, a few drops of red dripping from his mouth. Just a little bit of food coloring. You like that? And just that quickly, we are ready to get the party started. Since Halloween is the perfect time to play with your food, Nathan is helping the pretty littles make monster dessert. They're going to draw a monster face on a clear plastic tumbler. We've mixed up some instant pudding and added a little bit of green food coloring for the bewitching green goop. Now make Nate's just going to fill it up to the top. Perfect.
Wait, don't bring that on the table.
Great, Nate. Fill the other one for us. We'll do the crumbs in a minute. Perfect. Just a little more. A little bit more. Perfect. All right, pretty littles. Now you can put on the crumbs to make the Frankenstein hair. You can use a spoon or your hands. Great. Add a little more, Emma. And a little more, Lillian. Great. Thanks, kiddos. Yummy dessert is not just wishful thinking. Next up, special effects makeup by Sophia. Work, everyone. Spooktacular.
Hello, I'm Sophia, and today I'm going to be doing an SFX makeup tutorial on how to make Nathan look like he has a huge burn on his face. So the materials that you're going to need are black and red face paint, fake blood, a face paint palette, a sponge, other sponges, liquid latex, coffee grounds, different types of eyeshadows, different brushes, a headband to pull his hair back, a beauty blender, some powdered foundation, BB cream, and scissors. And if you wish to use anything else, then you can. So first, we're going to pull back Nathan's hair so we don't get any of his hair or mine in his makeup. Okay, so first we're going to start out with the liquid latex. Be very careful because it's very liquidy, and if you get it anywhere, just wait for it to dry and it'll peel right off. So take any sponge that you prefer, dip it in very lightly, make sure there's no drips, and then just apply a thin layer to his face on whatever area that you prefer to put the makeup on. I'm doing it on the one side of his face, around his eye. Make sure not to get it too close to the eye because the liquid latex has chemicals that can irritate it. Try not to get it on any of the eyebrows or your hairline because it might rip out your hair when you try to take it out. So just be very careful. If you have it with you, you can use coconut oil or some type of powder to cover up the eyebrows and the hairline so it gives you extra protection to not get the liquid latex on there. So wait till your first coat dries, then add several other layers. You can either use a hairdryer or just air from your mouth to dry the latex quicker. But make sure it's not too dry because this is when you need to add your coffee grounds. Now be very careful because it could get messy. Just apply a little bit to your finger and just dab it on his face. And if you need more liquid latex, then you can apply it. Once you have your coffee grounds on, you should apply another layer of liquid latex over top of them so they don't fall off. And instead of that brown color that the coffee grounds give off, they'll make them sort of darker. Once you have both your coffee grounds and your liquid latex on, you can now start applying your face paint. So take another sponge that you have and start out with the black face paint. And just dab it in other areas. Make sure to blend it in so it just doesn't look like there's a huge glob of black on your face. If you want to make it look realistic, you can mix together some black and some red. It'll give you a purplish color, but it's more realistic than just black. Then just apply that to whatever area that you want. Okay, so now, if you want, you can take some tweezers and pull out little holes in the latex to create holes that you put blood in. You can also use scissors for this if it helps. Once you are satisfied with the size of your hole, add some black face paint on the inside to give it some depth. Use one of your preferred brushes to get inside and make sure you get underneath the latex. If you get it outside the hole a little bit, that's okay because it just blends in with the rest of your makeup. Okay, so now continue on with the rest of the painting. Just take as many paints as you want and try to make it as realistic as you want. And once you're satisfied, then you're done. I'm just taking a little bit more of a deeper red and putting it around his hole, the hole that I made on the latex, and smearing it out to the sides. Now take some of that black and put it right over top of where the red, but not too much. Now to put in the blood, take your previous brush and just take a whole scoop of blood. Make sure to twirl it so none drips, and just place it right inside the hole. It's okay if it drips a little bit, because that makes it look even more realistic. If you're still not satisfied, you can just continue painting. If you wanted to bring in a skin tone aspect, use your powdered foundation and your BB cream. Make sure it's the skin tone of the person you're painting it on or yourself. You can use different size sponges and brushes to get inside those difficult angles. Take some of the red face paint and put it all around his eye. Take more red face paint and put it around the edges of where you put your latex. Make it as dirty as possible, because again, they'll make it look more realistic. Take some of the black and also put it around the edges. And inside where you put the red. If your blood keeps drying while you're painting, just refill your holes. Make sure again to put it underneath the latex so it looks like it's embedded in the head. Once you're satisfied and all done, now you have a burnt face. Thanks for watching Craft Dead. Stay tuned for future videos. Bye!